I've got 4 steps to help you get a team full of diamonds on day 1, and step number 3 might be your favorite. Our emphasis is going to be programs, Team Affinity, as well as other programs, but as we progress within those programs, we will unlock experience, which will also unlock diamonds inside of the XP reward pack. If you're just getting on the game for the first time, Team Affinity is probably where you want to start off when it comes to moments, because there are a total of 30, so it's going to allow you to warm up your skills. Per division, there are 5 moments. Each moment is going to give you 3,000 Team Affinity points, totaling 15,000 Team Affinity points per division. With 15,000 Team Affinity points, you are going to get 2 packs with 8 live series players, 4 bronzes and 4 silvers per specific division, as well as 2 uniforms for you to select and a standard pack. But I would not do the moments here because usually it kicks you back out to the Diamond Dynasty screen. So what I would do instead is I would back out of Diamond Dynasty and I would scroll all the way down to where it says moments, and I would do the moments from this tab because it basically lets you start where you last left off instead of kicking you back out. Staying inside of the moments tab, the next set of moments that we're going to focus on once we completed Team Affinity is going to be the Spring Breakout Program moments. In total, there are going to be 5 moments. One of them is Extreme, so this is an optional one, but if you were to complete this, let's say you got lucky, switched to Directional because you couldn't hit with Zone on Hall of Fame pitch speeds, and magically ran into 3 extra base hits, then that would unlock you 2 diamonds. But let's say you don't want to go and stress yourself out too much, especially on day 1, so you just do the first 4 moments. That's completely fine. That's going to get you 12 program stars and unlock you 1 diamond. So you might be saying to yourself, what diamond is it that we unlock? So you're going to unlock a first baseman in Cal Manzardo. He is a good first baseman all around, especially starting off in the game. Could slot him at first or designated hitter. Before we get into step 2, be advised, I do not want you to do the starter moments. I feel like they are a waste of time since they only give you a total of 4 program stars. If they gave you a total of 5, then they would be worthwhile, but they will leave you needing 1 in order to complete the program. Before going to step number 2, let me remind you to hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, and check out the description for our second MLB channel, Twitch channel, social medias. And if you're not following already, make sure you also follow. Step number 2 is going to revolve around single player modes, and here we are going into Showdown. Showdown Starter and Showdown Spring Breakout are one-time redeemable rewards, meaning after you complete them, you cannot keep on repeating them in order to get program stars towards their respective programs. I would start with the Starter Showdown because this is going to give us 10 program stars. The 10 program stars that we unlock from the Starter Showdown is going to be pivotal because it is going to give us 2 silver unlockables, a standard pack, and a bat skin. The bat skin is going to be important because it is unsellable as well as these unlockables. Anything that has a no sell icon on it, feel free to collect because you can't sell it regardless, so there is no reason not to collect it. So you're going to go into collections, and in particular you're going to collect that 1 bat skin that you just unlocked from that reward path, and once you collect that bat skin, it's going to give you an additional 5 program stars, which will then allow you to unlock Rafael Palmeiro, so you will have a second first baseman to add to your squad. But since he can play left field as well, you would most likely transition him over there. Now keep in mind that while doing this, you would have gained more than 10,000 total experience, so you should have also unlocked Roberto Clemente. This is a right fielder, Roberto Clemente. Go ahead and slot him in there, and right now we're looking nice. We got 3 diamonds inside of our Diamond Dynasty squad. The next one-time redeemable showdown that I want you to do is going to be the Spring Breakout Showdown. It has 3 mini bosses, which means that if you fail at any point up to the final boss, you have to restart and you have to pay the entry fee once again. Once you complete that program, although, it is going to reward you with 15 program stars. So if you didn't do the extreme moment, then you should be now sitting at 27 total stars, which will also unlock you a second baseman now in Termar Johnson, which is nice because now we got 4 diamonds to work with. And the most important thing out of all these diamonds, which we will get into a little bit further is that they all belong to an MLB team, so they will also work for Team Affinity Parallel XP Progress. If you manage to have done the extreme moment, although, you will also have unlocked Harry Ford. So now you're sitting at 36 total program points, and you also have added a catcher to your squad. Step number 3 is going to be to open your non-specialty packs. So that's going to be your standard packs as well as your Twitch drop packs if you got any, and your gold choice packs. You're going to want to leave off the starter diamond choice packs until either A, you know which spots are weak on your team or which players fit your personal playstyle and you 100% aren't going to regret it, or B, until you see a tier list video, which I will do soon, that tells you the best player inside of that pack. After you have opened all those non-specialty packs, you should have more than enough players to complete a starter collection inside of the starter program. And the starter collection that I'm talking about in particular is going to be the collect common players. Now what I would do is I would go out of my way to not collect any player that has an MLB icon like Robert Garcia does. Instead, I would focus on players like Jordan Brink that, as you can see on his player card in the bottom left, does not have an MLB icon. I would not press auto select. I would manually select those 9 free agent cards because those are the ones that have the least value inside of MLB The Show. By collecting those free agent common players, we are going to be at 20 program stars. Through step number 4, you are going to unlock 25 and 30 probably with no problem. And once you get to 25, you are going to go back down to the collections and you are going to collect the no sell silver unlockables that you have to get you an additional 5 program points. That is going to boost you to 30, and then by completing the rest of the missions that you're going to do in step 4, you should be able to knock out 50 program stars without a problem. Step number 4 is to finally play the game, but there is something I must tell you if you are someone that is opting into doing the storylines first. These are your rewards thus far from doing storylines. The 485 overalls come from doing the Negro League storylines, and then the 5 golds and 2 diamonds come from doing the Derek Jeter storylines. Now I want you to keep something in mind if you are doing in particular the Negro League storylines, because once we switch back to the game, you will see that if you go into your inventory and you go into your My MLB players and then move on over to free agents, press R2 to get to flashbacks and then L once again to get to free agents, you will see that those 85 Negro League players are free agents, meaning that if you are planning to grind with them offline, unfortunately those players will not give you any team affinity progress to any team whatsoever. So I would strongly advise you to only do the Negro League storylines at the point that you just need experience. Step number 4, playing the game how you want to play. I'm gonna go through the upsides and downsides of each and every single game mode when it comes to multiplayer modes and when it comes to single player modes. So playing in ranked, the upside is you can build the team exactly how you want to build it, so you can have a player in each position that is going to go ahead and work towards a parallel XP mission or a general stat mission. The problem with this, although, is that sometimes those players aren't the best players, so you're left off with an inferior team, as well as you might be facing an opponent that is just a god at the game, so you might be getting crushed and it's demoralizing. Battle Royale, the upside is it's a fun way to play that is very rewarding, especially if you can accumulate a ton of wins. Downside is that it's pay to enter and you don't get to build the team exactly how you want it, in terms of having players from each division or having players that are going to work on multiple general stat missions at once. Events is very similar to ranked, but the beautiful thing about it is that events does not go on your record and you still get to build the team to an extent within the restrictions to how you want to build it. There is no real downside to events in my opinion, as it's still rewarding just like Battle Royale and it's free to enter. So if I was going the online route, I would probably go ahead and start off with events. Inside of single player modes, there are mini seasons. Inside of Team Affinity Season 1, there are vouchers that you obtain once you complete a certain amount of wins and seasonal accomplishments. So that is an incentive to go ahead and play this, but I wouldn't waste my time on this when it comes to doing the mini seasons, because there is a much better mini season that you can do that will get you unlimited packs. So when it comes to mini seasons, the upside is you can work on parallel XP missions and you can work on stat missions as well. And how do you get unlimited packs, you might ask me? Well, if you go into your goals inside the classic mode, you will see that you will get basically 5 show packs for hitting 20 home runs on any difficulty, and then if you tally, I believe, a total of 50 total bases on veteran difficulty minimum, you will also get 5 standard packs. So generally what most people have done in the past in order to do this non-stop is they would go ahead and reload the season until they are home for, let's say, the first 4 to 8 games, and play at a created park or high elevation stadium on veteran difficulty with their juiced out squad, and just hit home runs non-stop, because you will be getting the home runs and the total bases probably all within 3 to 5 games depending on skill level, and 10 standard packs, and then you would just reset the mini season and rinse and repeat non-stop. Now the downside to mini seasons, although, is that you are going to be facing Diamond Dynasty teams. So you're facing teams that might be a lot more superior to you in terms of overall quality of cards, but they do have some trash teams as well. Conquest is great overall because there are a ton of games that you can play, and the Nation of Baseball, as of right now, is the only repeatable one that you can do non-stop to also get packs. But you are only getting the repeatable gold packs. Once you discover packs, you cannot discover them again, unfortunately. But Conquest is great, especially if you start off with the Team Affinity Conquest, is because it's going to give you 30,000 Team Affinity points to both divisions. So completing the East is going to give you 30,000 inside of the AL and NL East. So if you are still at 15,000, now you're up to 45,000 for both, and that should help you unlock some more goodies to move along the way. And different from mini seasons, you're not facing Diamond Dynasty teams that have multiple diamonds. You are facing regular MLB teams, and unless you're facing the Dodgers, you really don't have to worry too much about teams having a ton of diamonds. Unfortunately, Showdown isn't necessarily efficient when it comes to grinding out stat or PXP missions, because you are not getting either while playing Showdown. But if you're looking to knock out Team Affinity and you're only caring about Team Affinity, if you got the skill set to consistently beat Showdown, this is going to be the quickest way to beat Team Affinity. Why? Because 1, you can skip to each boss that gives you a season 1 voucher, so you don't have to play the mini bosses that do not, and in total you will be getting 4 vouchers per showdown that you complete. So each voucher is giving you 2,800 Team Affinity points. So if you multiply that by 4, you are going to be getting roughly over 10,000 Team Affinity points per showdown that you can complete. And if you're a very skilled player, it's not going to be too difficult. What are you waiting for? It's time to go ahead and grind, but don't feel overwhelmed. You don't have to do this all at once on day 1. You can do specific parts on specific days and you'll still get the same end result, which is a bunch of diamonds from completing the programs as well as the XP reward path. But if you did end up enjoying today's video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, red subscribe button, notification bell. Check out the description for the second MLB channel, Twitch links, social medias. And if you're wondering, Blade, are you going to go ahead and bring out a video ranking the best starter diamonds and cornerstone diamond to pick? Yes, I will. That will be coming out very soon.